Imagine a grand city where people rushed through life, faces tense with worry. In this city lived a man named Jamal, a simple tea seller who carried something extraordinary, an unshakable belief that every problem carried a hidden blessing. People often laughed at him.
"You don't understand, Jamal.
They would say.
Life is tough. Wishing for the best won't change anything."
But Jamal only smiled. He believed that thoughts shape reality. Jamal's tea stall was in the busiest part of the city. He greeted each customer with a warm smile and a kind word. No matter how the day went, whether business was slow or the weather was bad, he always said,
"Something good will come out of this."
One afternoon, a wealthy businessman named Mr. Kareem stopped by for tea. He frowned at Jamal's optimism.
"You think positive thinking will pay your bills?"
He scoffed. Jamal just laughed.
"Maybe it will. Who knows what tomorrow brings?"
One night, something terrible happened. Thieves broke into Jamal's tiny home. They took everything, his savings, his supplies, even his favorite kettle. The next morning, neighbors expected him to be devastated. Instead, he set up his tea stall as usual, using borrowed cups and an old kettle.
"Jamal, how can you work after this? You lost everything."
They asked. Jamal simply said,
"Maybe this is making space for something better."
That same evening, Mr. Kareem returned, curious to see if Jamal had given up. But instead of a broken man, he found Jamal happily serving customers.
"You're still here."
Mr. Kareem asked, surprised. Jamal laughed.
"Of course. Maybe something good is coming."
Impressed by his attitude, Mr. Kareem made an offer.
"I own a restaurant, but my tea is terrible. Come work for me, and I'll pay you well."
Just like that, Jamal's life changed. Weeks later, a massive fire broke out in the market, right where Jamal's old stall had been. Everything burned to the ground. The same people who once doubted him now gasped. If Jamal's stall hadn't been robbed, he would have lost everything in the fire. Jamal only smiled.
See? Even the worst days can lead to the best outcomes.
Jamal's story spread through the city, and people began to change their thinking. They realized that life isn't about what happens. It's about how you see it. So the next time life feels unfair, ask yourself, what if this is making space for something better? Who knows? Maybe, just like Jamal, your greatest challenge is leading you to your greatest opportunity.